do a very short video, and I haven't done one of these in a while, and it's you could say it's a boxing video, and I felt like doing something regarding boxing, and correlated somehow with my life right now. Um, and look, you always hear that it's ingrained in our culture, right? Boxing is. Even people that don't know it, they because it's been so integrated in our culture. It's just the way it is, right? When people say, when you get knocked down, you get back up. When your back's against the ropes, and you know, it's not how hard you get hit. It's about how hard you can get hit. All right, that's Rocky, but still, right? We hear these things, and you hear that a lot. And I'm not saying that that's not true, or that you know I get what they mean by that, right? I understand. But I think an important lesson that all of us need to know is that another thing boxing has taught us that sometimes you could do everything right. Sometimes you can earn the win, but not get the victory and not get the nod. That's life, right? Sometimes you could look back in life, and just like a fight, you could see it and you can say, man, I did this wrong. He was countering me with this. That's why he knocked me out. Whatever, right? You could look at life that way. You could look back, and hindsight's 2020. You can analyze your life, learn from your mistakes, and you can say, well, I gotta make an adjustment, right? That's life. But sometimes you can look back and you can say, maybe I wasn't perfect, but I did everything I was supposed to do. You know, I yeah, I think I did everything I was supposed to do. I don't think I did anything wrong. Whatever you want to call it, in boxing it's the judges. In life, if whoever you think the judge is, whether it's God or fate or whatever you want to call it, sometimes things don't go your way. And I think people need to learn to honestly assess themselves and sometimes recognize that it's not always about, there's life is already unfair, right? I think everybody should understand that, right? Life's it's designed unfair. It's an unfair world. That's the way of the world, okay? And survival of the fittest is an aspect of life and a realistic aspect of life. But sometimes it's not about survival of the fittest. Sometimes you could have been the fittest and you still don't win because it's, for whatever reason, the nod's not given to you. In whatever aspect you want to think of. And you did everything you were supposed to do, and it's not just that. Sometimes it's about chance. Sometimes it's about the circumstances. Sometimes the circumstances just didn't allow it. Sometimes you just didn't get the break you needed. That's life, right? And I think that is a perspective I think everybody should keep in mind. Sometimes you do everything to the best of your potential, and whatever this thing is, it just doesn't happen. Because you're dealing in a world of probabilities, and you're dealing in a world. It's not just a world of competition; it's a world of probabilities, and a world of chance, and a world of circumstance.